When most people think of Nicole Kidman, they picture her on the red carpet, glamorous gowns, glittering lights, and the flashing cameras of Hollywood's biggest award shows. But what happened just days before the Academy Awards felt different, personal, emotional, and surprisingly intimate. Nicole Kidman, a woman whose private life is usually carefully guarded from the public eye, was spotted all smiles, laughing, and enjoying herself alongside her daughters Sunday Rose Kidman Urban and Faith Margaret Kidman Urban. Fans immediately noticed that the magic wasn't just in the glamorous setting, but in the way the actress's eyes lit up when looking at her girls. The trio attended the 17th annual pre-Oscars dinner hosted by Charles Finch and Chanel, one of the most exclusive, star-studded events of the awards season. And while the cameras were focused on Nicole's iconic style, an elegant ivory Chanel jacket with a matching skirt, styled with her signature soft curls, it was her daughters who quietly stole a little of the spotlight. Sunday, 17, and Faith, 15, were dressed in chic, modern Chanel outfits that showed confidence, individuality, and a subtle sense of teen fashion rebellion, their own statements beside their famous mother. What made this moment so remarkable wasn't the fashion, the flashing lights, or the exclusivity of the venue. It was the dynamic between Nicole and her daughters, something fans rarely get to see. There were genuine smiles, shared laughter, and those tiny, fleeting interactions, the looks, gestures, and subtle touches that spoke volumes about their closeness. In Hollywood, public appearances can often feel staged, but this night had a natural, effortless warmth that caught everyone's attention. The internet erupted with curiosity. Some wondered if this was a sign that Nicole's daughters were ready to step into the public eye. Others speculated about the family's dynamic, the bond between mother and daughters, and what it might mean for their future. The pre-Oscars event became more than a star-studded dinner. It was a glimpse into a private world, a rare opportunity to see Nicole Kidman not just as a celebrity, but as a devoted mom. The questions began swirling immediately. Could we see them on screen someday? Is Nicole preparing her daughters for life in the spotlight? Or is this purely a personal family moment? And while everyone talked about the glam, the fashion, and the event itself, the truth is far more fascinating. This night reflected years of intentional parenting, moments of laughter and connection, and a love for her daughters that is deeply personal and utterly relatable. Nicole Kidman has always been private, but this rare night offered a window into her life as a mother, showing that even stars crave connection, joy, and moments with their kids that aren't dictated by Hollywood's expectations. The night Nicole Kidman and her daughters stepped out for the pre-Oscars dinner was nothing short of iconic. Hosted at the legendary Beverly Hills Hotel, inside the famed Polo Lounge, this isn't just any celebrity gathering, it's one of the most exclusive events leading up to Hollywood's biggest night, the Academy Awards. Year after year, Charles Finch and Chanel bring together Hollywood's creme de la creme, A-list actors, directors, fashion icons, and industry insiders. Being invited is an honor, and showing up in style is practically mandatory. But this year, the spotlight wasn't just on Nicole. It was on the rare, candid moment of her with her daughters, Sunday Rose Kidman Urban and Faith Margaret Kidman Urban, who have been carefully shielded from public appearances for years. Sunday, now 17, exuded confidence in a white crop top and plaid trousers from Chanel, a look that felt fresh, modern, and slightly rebellious. Faith, 15, balanced sophistication and teen charm with a white and red tweed jacket paired with jeans, effortlessly blending chic fashion with casual flair. Together, they complemented their mother's ivory ensemble perfectly, creating a visual harmony that photographers couldn't resist capturing. Fans quickly noticed the daughters' poise. They didn't shy away from cameras or the attention that comes with being next to a Hollywood legend. Instead, they carried themselves with an ease that suggested they were comfortable in their own skin, a remarkable trait considering how rarely they appear in public. Their presence added a new layer to the event. It wasn't only about celebrities being seen, but about a family sharing a special, proud moment together. Nicole herself looked radiant, her soft curls and subtle glam emphasized her timeless elegance, yet her eyes were constantly on her daughters, lighting up whenever they shared a laugh or a quiet glance, and the setting couldn't have been more perfect. The Polo Lounge has hosted decades of Hollywood royalty, its golden chandeliers and classic decor creating a timeless backdrop for one of the most talked about nights of awards season. As cameras flashed and photographers scrambled for the perfect shot, Nicole's focus remained clear, her daughters. For a brief moment, Hollywood's glitter and chaos faded, replaced by the intimacy of a mother and her children. Some fans immediately took to social media, marveling at how Nicole's daughters seemed almost grown up overnight. Comments ranged from admiration for their fashion choices to speculation about whether Sunday or Faith might eventually pursue acting, modeling, or another creative path. The internet was buzzing, and for good reason. Seeing this trio together wasn't just visually stunning, it was emotionally resonant, and while the night was glamorous, the story behind it was just as fascinating. Behind every smile, outfit, and photo lies years of parenting, guidance, and deliberate choices Nicole made to keep her daughters grounded and protected. This wasn't simply a red carpet appearance, it was a moment that reflected Nicole's careful balance between fame, privacy, and family, showing fans a rare glimpse of her life beyond the cameras. The pre-Oscars dinner was a dazzling mix of fashion, fame, and Hollywood spectacle. But for Nicole Kidman, it was a quiet, meaningful celebration of motherhood, one that left fans both in awe and deeply curious about what the future holds for these remarkable daughters. To truly understand why Nicole Kidman's appearance with her daughters at the pre-Oscars dinner felt so special, you have to look deeper into her family journey, one filled with love, high-profile relationships, and a careful effort to protect her children from the relentless glare of Hollywood. Nicole has lived a life most of us can only imagine: early stardom, blockbuster films, and relationships constantly in the public eye. But amid all the fame, she has always prioritized family, sometimes in ways that surprised even her most devoted fans. Nicole's parenting story begins with her first marriage to actor Tom Cruise, one of Hollywood's most talked about couples at the time. Together, they had 2 children, Isabella Cruz and Connor Cruz. Those years were a whirlwind of movie premieres, red carpets, and constant media attention. Public fascination with their marriage meant their children grew up in a unique environment, always aware of the cameras even if they weren't in the spotlight themselves. After Nicole and Tom's marriage ended, she entered a new chapter in her life, one that would eventually lead to a family she shares today with country superstar Keith Urban. Their relationship became one of Hollywood's most admired love stories, a blend of romance, stability, and creative partnership. Nicole and Keith married in 2006, and soon after, their family began to grow with the births of their 2 daughters, Sunday Rose Kidman Urban in 2008 and Faith Margaret Kidman Urban in 2010. Unlike many celebrity families, Nicole and Keith made an intentional decision to raise their daughters away from the public eye as much as possible. For years, Sunday and Faith rarely appeared in media, and photos of them were carefully limited. Nicole has always been fiercely protective of her children, choosing when and how they engage with the world of fame. And fans noticed, these daughters were being allowed to grow up relatively normal lives, with their mother guiding them every step of the way. This private parenting approach is what makes moments like the pre-Oscars dinner so striking. Seeing Nicole alongside her daughters is more than just a photo op. It's the culmination of years of intentional parenting. The elegance, poise, and confidence Sunday and Faith displayed aren't just about genetics or fashion sense, they're reflections of a mother who has nurtured independence while maintaining close bonds. Nicole herself has spoken about the importance of these private, intentional moments. She emphasizes that her children should have the freedom to discover themselves, decide their paths, and explore the world at their own pace. And yet, she balances that freedom with unwavering support, offering guidance, love, and time spent together as a family. So when fans saw Nicole and her daughters at the Polo Lounge, they weren't just witnessing a glamorous Hollywood moment. They were witnessing the result of years of thoughtfulness, love, and dedication, a family carefully cultivated to flourish in the spotlight on their own terms. And as we'll see in the next section, some of that closeness shows up in the sweetest, most unexpected ways, even in the kitchen. Sometimes, the most meaningful family moments aren't captured on red carpets, in glamorous dresses, or under the glaring flash of paparazzi cameras. For Nicole Kidman, some of her most treasured memories with her daughters happen far from the Hollywood spotlight, in the quiet comfort of their home, in moments that feel ordinary but are deeply special. And one of the sweetest glimpses into this private life comes from a surprisingly relatable tradition: watching movies together. During a recent episode of the podcast Las Culturistas, Nicole shared a small but revealing detail about life with her daughters Sunday Rose Kidman Urban and Faith Margaret Kidman Urban. Whenever someone in the household is feeling down or just needs a lift, they turn to a particular film, the 2011 comedy Bridesmaids. But this isn't just passive watching. Nicole explained that their movie nights are full of energy, laughter, and playful acting. The girls don't simply sit on the couch, they recite lines, act out scenes, and even perform parts of the movie in the kitchen. Nicole described it as their go-to-savior film, something that can instantly lift their spirits and turn a gloomy day into one full of laughter. This small, seemingly ordinary tradition reveals a lot about Nicole's parenting philosophy. Despite being one of the most recognizable actresses in the world, she prioritizes emotional connection, shared joy, and meaningful experiences over fame or public attention. Her daughters are growing up not just with Hollywood glamour, but with a sense of fun, creativity, and family closeness that many can relate to. It also shows how Nicole balances her intense career with her personal life. Between filming blockbuster movies, attending premieres, and managing the pressures of celebrity, she carves out time for her daughters in ways that are thoughtful, intentional, and nurturing. Watching Bridesmaids isn't just a pastime, it's a ritual that strengthens their bond, gives them shared memories, and keeps them connected as a family. No matter how chaotic the outside world gets, fans love moments like these because they humanize a superstar. Seeing Nicole, known for her poise and elegance, laughing in the kitchen with her teenage daughters is a reminder that celebrities are human too. They have everyday joys, quirky traditions, and heartfelt connections that make them relatable even if most of us will never walk the red carpet beside them. This tradition also sets the stage for one of the biggest questions fans have been asking about Nicole and her daughters. Could this closeness and shared creative energy translate into Sunday or Faith following in their mom's footsteps? Could these moments of acting out scenes and playfully performing in the kitchen be early signs of budding talent ready to shine? Nicole has made it clear that while she loves having her daughters with her, their choices are entirely their own. Still, these playful, intimate movie nights give us a peek into the bond that makes them inseparable and why the pre-Oscars appearance felt so natural and heartwarming. Moments like these aren't just cute anecdotes. They're a window into the foundation of Nicole's parenting: love, respect, laughter, and encouragement. And as we'll see next, that foundation is what shapes the conversations about whether her daughters might step into the world of entertainment one day. As Nicole Kidman and her daughters continue to grow in the public eye, fans can't help but ask the inevitable question: will Sunday Rose Kidman Urban and Faith Margaret Kidman Urban follow in their mother's legendary footsteps? After all, they've grown up around cameras, premieres, and Hollywood glitz, yet they've also been given space to explore their own identities. And recently, the question resurfaced in a very direct way. At the premiere of Nicole's new series Scarpetta, reporters asked Nicole if her daughters might ever act alongside her. For fans, it was a dream scenario. Imagine Nicole Kidman and her teenage daughters sharing the screen, bringing a real-life family bond into Hollywood storytelling. But Nicole's answer wasn't a simple yes or no. Instead, she offered a thoughtful, parenting-focused response that revealed just how much she respects her daughter's independence. "I can't answer for them," Nicole said. Her words resonated with fans who recognize the wisdom in letting children define themselves. She explained that, as young women, her daughters need the space to figure out who they are and what they want, without pressure from Hollywood expectations or even parental influence. The emphasis here is clear: Sunday and Faith get to make their own decisions about their futures, whether that involves acting, music, fashion, or pursuing interests completely outside the entertainment industry. But Nicole didn't shut down the idea completely. In fact, she hinted that while she won't decide their path, she would absolutely love to work with her daughters if they ever expressed interest. "I would just love to have them with me at all times, all the time," she said, adding a touch of humor about how teenagers inevitably resist being too close. These comments revealed the delicate balance Nicole maintains: a mother who wants to nurture her children's talents and passions, but also respects their autonomy. Fans quickly interpreted her words in multiple ways. On one hand, it's possible that we could see Sunday or Faith explore acting in the coming years. On the other, Nicole's emphasis on freedom suggests that their careers might take a completely different direction, perhaps away from Hollywood entirely. This uncertainty adds a layer of intrigue that keeps people talking and speculating. After all, any fan watching the pre-Oscars dinner photos can already imagine these young women taking their own place in the spotlight, whether on a red carpet, a movie set, or somewhere entirely unexpected. What makes this even more interesting is the way Nicole talks about her parenting philosophy. She's clearly not about controlling her daughters or dictating their lives. Instead, she focuses on guidance, love, and support, giving them both the confidence and space to explore who they are. This approach explains why Sunday and Faith appear so poised and self-assured in public, even as teenagers navigating a complex world where fame and privacy often collide. In short, Nicole's daughters are at a fascinating crossroads. They have a famous mother, a deep understanding of the entertainment world, and parents who prioritize their well-being. But their futures remain wide open, and that ambiguity, the what comes next, is exactly what fans find so captivating. The internet buzzes with speculation, the paparazzi watch closely, and every rare public appearance feels like a clue in a story that is still unfolding. And as we move to the next section, we'll see how Nicole's desire to keep her daughters close reveals the true heart of their family bond, one that might someday inspire a project, a movie, or a creative collaboration, but only on the daughter's terms. Even with a career that spans decades and a life that most of us can only imagine, Nicole Kidman has made one thing crystal clear: her daughters are at the center of her world. It's easy to assume that a Hollywood icon like Nicole would be consumed by films, awards, and premieres, but her public comments reveal a woman whose heart is first and foremost with her children. This was perfectly illustrated in her recent pre-Oscars appearance with Sunday Rose Kidman Urban and Faith Margaret Kidman Urban, where the closeness between mother and daughters was visible in every smile, laugh, and shared glance. When asked about working with her daughters on a future project, Nicole's answer went beyond Hollywood speculation and revealed her true priorities. "I would just love to have them with me at all times, all the time," she said. That simple statement conveys more than just affection. It reflects a lifelong desire to remain deeply connected to her children, to experience life alongside them, and to savor the fleeting moments of adolescence before her daughters step fully into adulthood. Fans were quick to notice the warmth and vulnerability in Nicole's words. Here is a woman whose career has placed her at the pinnacle of fame, yet she measures success not by awards or box office numbers, but by the relationships she nurtures with her children. She openly acknowledges the challenges of parenting teenagers, the gentle push and pull between closeness and independence, while also expressing the simple joy of being together. It's this authenticity that resonates with fans worldwide. Despite the glitz, Nicole's experiences mirror those of millions of parents who just want to share life's moments with their kids. Even in interviews, Nicole emphasizes that her daughters' choices are their own. She doesn't tell them who to be or what paths to follow. Instead, she supports and encourages them. This respect for their autonomy is coupled with a heartfelt wish to remain a part of their daily lives. Whether they're acting out scenes from Bridesmaids in the kitchen or walking beside her at Hollywood events, Nicole treasures every shared moment. The pre-Oscars dinner highlighted this beautifully. Sunday and Faith were dressed elegantly in Chanel, yet their demeanor wasn't stiff or performative. They laughed freely, joked with their mother, and seemed completely at ease. That natural interaction tells fans everything they need to know about the family dynamic: a mother who prioritizes love and presence over public image, and daughters who are confident, grounded, and nurtured. Nicole's desire to keep her daughters close is more than just sentimental. It shapes the way she navigates Hollywood itself. She carefully selects projects, appearances, and commitments with family in mind, demonstrating that success doesn't require sacrificing meaningful relationships. And while fans speculate about whether Sunday or Faith might someday enter the entertainment world, the true story here is one of intentional parenting, a mother making sure her children feel loved, supported, and part of something bigger than fame. We'll explore the subtle curiosity and speculation swirling around the family, the what-ifs that keep fans engaged in guessing about whether we'll ever see this mother-daughter trio collaborating on screen. But whatever happens in the future, one thing is clear: Nicole's daughters remain the heart of her world, and she intends to keep it that way for as long as possible. Hollywood is a world full of speculation. Fans, media, and social platforms thrive on what-ifs, and Nicole Kidman's family is no exception. Every time she steps out with Sunday Rose Kidman Urban and Faith Margaret Kidman Urban, questions flood in. Could her daughters follow in their mother's footsteps? Will we see them on screen someday? Or is this purely a personal, private moment meant just for family? The pre-Oscars dinner sparked these questions in a big way. Sunday and Faith, dressed in chic Chanel outfits, looked confident and poised, standing comfortably next to Nicole. Social media quickly filled with comments speculating about their potential future in Hollywood. Some fans joked that they were mini Nicole Kidmans, ready to take over red carpets. Others wondered if their playful energy during the family's kitchen movie nights might hint at hidden acting talents waiting to be revealed. Nicole herself keeps the mystery alive. In interviews, she makes it clear that any decisions about acting or public appearances belong to her daughters, and she respects their autonomy. "I can't answer for them," she said repeatedly, reminding fans that Sunday and Faith will ultimately define their own paths. But her warmth and openness hint at a parent who would be thrilled if her children ever shared her love for creativity, acting, or storytelling. There's a subtle invitation in her words, a gentle encouragement rather than pressure, that leaves room for curiosity and speculation to flourish. This delicate balance of privacy and openness keeps the audience engaged. People want to know, if Nicole were to collaborate with her daughters on a project, what would it look like? Would it be a family film? A TV series? Something entirely unexpected? Fans are already imagining possibilities, from heartfelt dramas to fun, playful comedies reminiscent of their kitchen reenactments of Bridesmaids. The speculation itself keeps engagement high. Every public appearance becomes fodder for discussion, analysis, and fan theories. What makes it even more intriguing is that Sunday and Faith are at a pivotal age, 17 and 15, standing on the edge of independence. They have been carefully raised with privacy and guidance, but they are also growing into young women with their own identities. That tension between family closeness and individual choice creates a natural suspense that viewers find irresistible. Will they choose to step into the limelight, or will they carve their own path outside of Hollywood? Even the smallest details become conversation starters. The way they laugh with Nicole, their fashion choices, the little moments they share in public, every gesture adds to the story that fans are eager to follow. And while Nicole keeps her daughters' futures private, her visible affection and desire to spend time with them provide an emotional anchor that makes the speculation meaningful rather than intrusive. In short, the curiosity surrounding Nicole's daughters isn't just idle gossip. It's a story of anticipation, family bonds, and the potential for something exciting in the future. Every appearance, every smile, every shared glance becomes a clue, keeping audiences watching, commenting, and imagining what might come next. And as we move into the final section, we'll wrap up the story with a heartfelt, thought-provoking conclusion, one that reminds fans why Nicole's bond with her daughters is as captivating as any Hollywood drama. The pre-Oscars dinner may have looked like just another glamorous Hollywood event to outsiders, But for Nicole Kidman, it was so much more than that. It was a rare, precious glimpse into her life as a mother, a window into the love, dedication, and intentional parenting that she has nurtured over decades. Standing there with Sunday Rose Kidman Urban and Faith Margaret Kidman Urban, Nicole wasn't just attending a star-studded dinner. She was celebrating her daughters, their growth, and the incredible bond they share as a family. Seeing them together, it's clear how much Nicole treasures these moments. From their coordinated Chanel outfits to the laughter and shared glances, every detail tells a story of closeness, affection, and mutual respect. These moments remind fans that, no matter how big or busy a Hollywood star's life may be, family remains the most important priority. Nicole's ability to balance her career, public appearances, and personal life is remarkable, and the way she does it is deeply inspiring. But what's perhaps most captivating about this story is the sense of possibility. Sunday and Faith are at a crossroads. They've grown up with a legendary mother, they understand the Hollywood world, and they've been given the freedom to explore their own paths. Will they step into the spotlight someday? Will we see them on screen, sharing their mother's talent? Or will they forge a completely different journey? The truth is, nobody knows, and that uncertainty makes the story all the more engaging. Fans are left imagining endless scenarios, each one adding to the allure of this family's narrative. Nicole's approach to parenting is both modern and timeless. She respects her daughters' individuality, encourages their choices, and shares in their joys without controlling their lives. And yet, she also expresses a desire to remain close, to spend time with them, and to be part of their everyday lives. That delicate balance between freedom and connection is what makes the Kidman family story so relatable even for fans who have never experienced Hollywood life firsthand. In a world where celebrity children are often thrust into fame too early, Nicole's careful guidance stands out. She has created an environment where her daughters can grow, explore, and enjoy their teenage years while still experiencing special family moments like the pre-Oscars dinner. Moments like these show that parenting, at its core, is about love, presence, and shared experiences, something that transcends wealth, fame, or public attention. And as the cameras flashed and the night unfolded, one thing was undeniable: Nicole's daughters are growing into confident, poised young women, ready to define their own paths. Whether they step into the spotlight or choose another journey, their mother's love and guidance will always be the foundation they build upon. And for fans, this rare public appearance isn't just a fashion statement or a celebrity photo opportunity. It's a story of family, growth, and the unshakable bond between a mother and her daughters. And perhaps the most exciting part? The story is far from over. Every smile, every glance, every shared laugh is a page in a chapter that is still being written, one that fans will continue to follow with fascination, curiosity, and admiration for years to come. Nicole Kidman has always been a star on screen, but that night, the true spotlight was on her family, and the world got a rare, beautiful look at what really matters behind the Hollywood glamour: love, laughter, and the irreplaceable bond between a mother and her daughters.